Hello and welcome to Loving Yourself with 𝙂𝙀𝙀, and for this episode with Rita Mangan. I'm going to let
Hello.
you introduce yourself. Before that, though, let me tell you that loving yourself is about loving yourself enough so that you are full enough of love to give to all those around you. And one way to love yourself is to take care of your body and your well-being and your gut and your nutrition. And today we're going to dispel so many myths, and we're going to talk about how we eat and also to eat better with Rita Mangan, who is more than qualified. I'm not going to read the full job description, but how are you qualified to tell us Malaysians how to eat? You study nutrition?
Yeah, so I got a diploma in nutrition to help people live kind of a healthier and happier lifestyle. It might be to lose weight or something like that. I got qualified in yoga, although I have done yoga for about 20 years, but got qualified about 8 years ago. And then 10 years ago, I did a personal training course to help people get stronger, to get leaner, lose body fat. It might not be to lose weight because we want to put on muscle. So yeah, and also just to help people love themselves more.
Yeah, but obviously, when your body functions better, you love yourself better,
Yeah.
because everything is linked, isn't it? Nutrition to gut to immediately your mental health.
Yeah. And 10 years ago, it wasn't the same as where I am now. During the 10 years, I have been learning a lot more, especially the mental health realm. Having experienced it myself, I'm now kind of the advocate to talk about it.
Yes, and is she an advocate or not? Check her out on Rita.Mangan on Instagram. And also, if you want to know about how we introduced her before this, check out the episode before this. This is episode 2 with Rita Mangan. Today we talk gut health and mental health. So what is the connection? How strong is the connection between your gut and your mind?
My God, it's very, very strong. Scientists are now calling the gut the second brain. But I think it actually even has a brain on its own. It's the gut brain itself. And it is linked to the brain, the mind brain and the gut brain, through a nerve called the vagus nerve. So what we eat directly affects how we feel, because what we absorb in our intestines through the blood affects how we feel in body and in mind.
See, so there's a direct link. And being in Malaysia, it is very hard to control what we eat, isn't it? Because every day is out there. And I have to admit, I am a street food lover.
Yes, and we're such social creatures. We want to eat out together.
Everything revolves around food.
Yes.
But how do we balance that so that we can still be Malaysians? We can go out, we can lepak and everything, and still connect to our minds the way it should be. Eat clean doesn't have to be completely clean, right?
No, it doesn't need to be. And then, yes, we love our chocolatiaos, we love our nasi goreng, we love our tofu pho, I think.
Tofu pho is very healthy, by the way.
Yeah,
It
you did. I was just thinking of that.
Yong tofu
Yong
is
tofu, I
also
think.
very healthy.
I'm
Maybe you're thinking
confused with
about
all the types of food.
Chao tofu. Chao tofu
Yeah.
is the stinky.
Yeah. Oh.
But anyway,
But we just want to have it balanced,
Right.
We want to have all the colors, not just the greens, but we want the oranges, the reds, the purples, and the brown, the onions and the mushrooms.
they wrote a song about this for children, right? Eat a rainbow.
Yeah.
I forgot what it sounds like right now because my kid is 10-year-old and the other one hasn't heard the song. Something about, okay, you just Google, okay? Eat a rainbow. That's how I taught my kid to eat a rainbow. Because you have the blueberries on one end, you have the strawberries, and then you have the papayas and whatnot down to the whites. Because at one point, we were so focused on giving our kids protein. We forget about the fibers and all that. So we know already, Malaysians, we do not eat balance. So what can we do? Can we supplement? Is supplements a good thing?
So supplement is, as the name says, it's a supplement. It's supposed to help it's a top up,
Right.
like for our balanced diet. But if our diet is not balanced, then maybe you need more supplements.
Yes, hence the word supplement. And therefore, this is the fun part, okay? Because every time I step into a pharmacy, there's
A lot.
Thousands of supplements. I
But-
don't even know where to begin.
Yeah, but the thing is, with supplements, there's also that too much of something is also bad. Like,
Yes.
you know, if I say cashews are good for you, too much cashews is also bad because there's a lot of calories and you might actually put on weight with too much cashews.
Balance is
Yeah.
core,
Balance.
right?
Balance and variety. And variety are different every day. So yes, there was a time when I would eat broccoli every day, but it wasn't enough for me. And I realized later on through experiment, trial and error, that I needed different nutrients from different vegetables, even though they're green.
So give me a picture of an average Malaysian. We already know what an average Malaysian eats, right?
Yeah.
What would you supplement to our average Malaysian diet? What are the few supplements that are important?
I would say something like vitamins and minerals. Something that has vitamins and minerals in it. You might not say it on the box, but really look at the ingredients list.
Do they work? Because there are some doctors who say like skip the multivitamins altogether because it's just too many vitamins in small quantities in one tablet. I mean, some people are more toward specialized, like take your A's or your B's or your C's.
So if you really want to know, then you'd have to go for a blood test.
Aha, there you go.
Yeah, so you'd have to go for a blood test. But for me, because my body wasn't absorbing enough nutrients because I was going to the toilet too often, too many times a day, I had to take the multivitamins and it did help.
I see.
And especially for me, what really helped my mood was taking vitamin D, because in the first episode, we talked about how the medication I was on was stopping my body from absorbing fat-soluble vitamins, which is vitamin A, D, E, and K.
Right.
And we need that. Okay. And when I reduced the dose of that medication, I felt so much better because I was able to absorb those vitamins.
So when you had to take the medication, you had to supplement with vitamin D in order to feel better. And vitamin D, a lot of people say you get naturally from the sun, but because we're in Malaysia, it's hot, we're not going to go into the sun. So vitamin D could possibly be one of the vitamins that you need to supplement, right?
Yes. So when I supplemented with that, it helped me so much. I was out in the sun, but I think maybe over time with what's happening in my body, I wasn't absorbing enough. But when I took the supplement, it was like, wow, the old me is back.
That's fantastic.
Like I felt my old energy levels come back because I was supplementing. I was taking, vitamins and minerals. If I wasn't able to make like a good kind of vegetable stew, but if I am, then I'll take it from whole foods because it's got the fiber in there.
So most of our vitamins and minerals, you'd say ADEKs, are in the vegetables.
Yes.
Can we say that?
Yes.
All right. So we obviously do not eat enough vegetables. A lot of us don't.
Yeah.
So I would say what I got from that was vitamin D is a crucial one. If you feel like your mood is down, maybe ask your GP. They can do a blood test to see if you have enough of that.
If you feel like you're a bit low, yes, go ask the doctor. But sometimes if the levels doesn't say that you need to supplement, maybe just go outside in the sun for like 10 minutes. Because what's good with vitamin D is that it helps calcium absorb in the body. A lot of calcium's in vegetables as well as things like yogurt and cheese. Good cheese, yeah?
So with calcium, you need vitamin D. So with calcium, if you cannot get vitamin D, go into the sun. So that's a simple way of putting it, because for laymen, this can be so confusing, right?
It is so confusing. And then we're all different. And a lot of us ask our friends, but our friends might be different because the gut microbiome, the bacteria in the gut, are different. We've all got different bacteria depending on our mothers and our grandmothers and how we were brought up. If we're brought up in the kampong, in the countryside, you've probably got more gut microbiome. But if you're brought up in the city, your gut microbiome diversity might be less to someone. Because we're not more exposed to germs when we were growing up.
So you have more to defend inside your gut when you're in the village, for example.
So you've got more like playing around with chickens or playing around with dirt, basically. You're probably passed around from one makcik to another makcik, another neighbor.
In Chinese, we say 大捆 𝙁𝙤𝙚𝙨𝙬𝙀. The big germs kill the small germs. So when you're in a kampong, there's so many germs that your body is building immunity
Yeah.
against it. So yeah, okay, that brings me to the next question actually. Pre and probiotics. Do we need them? A lot of people don't take them.
So we don't typically need more probiotics, which are in yogurt, kombucha.
If we take these things, but you know, a lot of
can.
Asians we don't.
Yeah, and you can. We don't typically need them, but yes, like things like kimchi, sauerkraut has fiber, which is great if you love it. Unless you've had a course of antibiotics, your probiotics in your intestines should be okay.
Okay,
You know,
so
they don't kill it
prebiotics?
off completely, but prebiotic feeds the probiotics.
Right.
So it feeds the good gut bacteria.
Yeah.
So it's like a fertilizer
Yeah.
for the gut microbiome. So
you need more pre than pro.
yeah, so
Okay.
prebiotics is actually soluble fiber. There's two
Right.
types of fibers, soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. So one helps to bulk up the stool and the other one helps to move it along.
So if you were to go to the pharmacy to look for prebiotics, any kind over the counter would be good?
Yeah, so typically prebiotics are known as inulin. Like on a product, it would be called inulin.
Inulin, okay, look
Yeah.
for that.
And it's normally made from chicory root. Or it could be made from other products.
Okay, so if I don't want to take pre or probiotics, what do I need to eat more of?
If you don't want to take pre and probiotic
Yeah.
supplements,
Yeah.
You just need to eat more fibrous foods. So anything. So specific prebiotic foods are garlic, onions, leeks, so the allium family, asparagus, Jerusalem artichoke, which is a root vegetable, which I've not seen here.
Not really, not in Asia.
No.
I mean, not in Malaysia anyway.
Yeah. So there's green bananas, so quite unripe bananas.
Oh, I've seen you do that in
Yeah.
one of your recipes. You should check out her
Yeah.
YouTube.
And oats.
Right?
Oats are prebiotic. And what else? The chicory root, which we don't have, but
Right.
I've actually put it in a product that I've made.
Oh, we're going to talk about that a bit later on.
We will.
Okay, so pre and probiotics, we've covered that. So if you eat well enough, you eat enough, like say kimchi and all those things, and you have enough inulin, and like they say, even raw garlic, some people say it's fantastic.
Well,
right?
just garlic on its own. But yeah, I don't like kind of fry the garlic to smithereens. But, you know,
if I eat enough
just
pasta with roasted garlic,
yeah, so like roasted garlic or garlic that's not cooked for too long.
oh, so roasted garlic could not be that great there because that's at least an hour in the
so
oven.
the fiber will still be there, but the sort of the
Cancer-reducing component is not there anymore.
It's called allicin.
Okay.
So you might have heard that if you were to bruise the garlic for 10 minutes before cooking it, kind of releases the enzymes in the garlic for extra protection.
I see.
Towards-
It has to be 10 minutes or just like immediately?
They say
like-
at least 10 minutes.
So bruise meaning...
Yeah, and then just leave it or chop it up and leave it for 10 minutes.
Okay, so as long as you bruise the garlic, at least for 10 minutes, the good enzymes will come out. So that's for pre and probiotics. But back to vitamin C, if we live, and a lot of urban people live pretty healthy lifestyles, we go to the gym and all that. Do we need vitamin C every day?
Well, vitamin C, yes, we do need it every day. It's
Oh.
so funny that when you're sick, people will say, take your vitamin C and take your vitamin C, but you need it before that. So if you had enough of it before that, you potentially may not get sick because you're
I
kind of
see.
supporting your immune system.
So think about vitamin C as a shield to
Yeah.
begin with.
Yeah.
So if you do get a cold after that, would you still boost?
You still have it. I mean,
Okay.
still have it. So that
Bring it up?
maybe, you can bring it up. Then kind of reduces the duration of you having a cold.
Okay. So I am on about 500 a day. So I think that that actually explains why I get sick less than my husband,
Yeah.
who's lazy.
So with vitamin C, it's a water-soluble vitamin. So when you go to the toilet, pass water, it will come out with water. So maybe if you have 100 or 1,000 milligrams, you might see that your pee is a little bit yellow because of the normally orange tablet, normally, right? Not to mention brands, but the effervescent ones.
They're fine, right? It doesn't mean
Yeah,
the
it's
effervescent
fine.
one is not as good
No,
as
no, it's
the
not.
okay,
It doesn't
okay.
mean they're good. So you'll pee it. So it's great. It's
Yeah.
like a multivitamin, right? But if you had an apple in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
so and then some spinach at lunch, and then broccoli at dinner, you're getting vitamin C. Because if you have too much in the morning, you're peeing it out. So if you have a little bit throughout the day, it's
okay.
much better for you.
So have an apple in the morning, broccoli for lunch, and then kale at night. Done. You don't need your vitamin C anymore. But there's also a thing I read about too much vitamin C. So that leads to, one of them is diarrhea, apparently.
Yeah.
What else does that lead to?
The body will get rid of it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not very detrimental. So
Yeah.
we find we can eat the broccoli, the kale, the apple, and
Yeah.
still take the vitamin C.
Yeah.
But remember to scatter it throughout the day.
Yeah.
So we've covered vitamin D, C, pre and probiotics. What
Mm.
other supplements? Omegas.
Omegas.
DHAs. Important? Do I have to? There's so many capsules to take. I know it's for the brain and the hair.
The oils, which oils are good and all
Yes,
that. So I just did an article. We write newsletters to our members of Healthy Gut, Happy You Nutrition. And last week was about oils. And it's about reducing omega-6 oils.
Right.
Because it's a lot in our cooking oils, especially the seed oils. So we want more omega-3 oils.
Right.
So omega-3 are in seeds, like your flax seeds, your chia seeds. It's also in salmon.
Okay, so if we have enough fish like 2 or 3 times a week,
Yeah.
I can take away that omega-3 capsule, right?
Yeah, you can get it if you have the flax seeds and make sure it's milled because it's a really hard shell. So make sure it's grounded.
What do you put flaxseed in? Your protein shake and all that?
Yeah, you can do. Or
Cookies. I know some mummies do that for the kids.
but you might not get enough, and especially if you're not biting it because it's really small. It's as small as a sesame seed, but sesame seed shell.
I've actually had
It's
them
small.
in something like a bar.
Yeah.
I found them very hard to bite.
Yeah.
Flaxseed.
But when you grind them, like in a coffee grinder or a pestle and mortar, I mean, I know people probably don't
You
have
just shove
pestle and
them in your
mortars.
cookie and eat it. Oh, of course we do. It's
Grind
cool
it.
now to have pestle and mortar.
Yeah.
And, okay, some people I know put in the protein shakes, you just drink it down and all that, right? So flaxseed
Great,
is a
yeah.
recurring thing.
And
Why is flaxseed up there?
Fiber as well, especially for the omega-3.
I see. Okay, so take flaxseed, eat your fish, no need omega-3. Omega-3 apparently is for brain and hair, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered all that. What else do I need to talk about when it comes to supplements? There are a lot of hype ones lately. I mean,
There are. But yeah, there is. And also just to go back to the vitamins and our bodies, I think, I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but again, we're all different. We might need more of one thing than less of another than our friend or even our sister, because our gut microbiome is so different. Even twins can have completely different gut microbiomes.
I heard somewhere also it depends on our blood type. There's the blood type diet
there's a
thing.
blood type diet.
Is that a real thing?
I've not done the blood type diet, but some people swear by it.
Okay.
And some people swear by keto, but some people try keto and it doesn't work.
Let's get to this now. All right, all these things. I
Yeah.
mean, what's your take on that? Should we go keto? Should we go blood type?
I think if you're not noticing any different after a month, then it's not for you. Then switch it. If you're doing it for 3 months, buying a supplement it's not working, then change.
Okay.
Change something that works for you. Try something new. Try something different. There's the gut lining inside the intestines, and it changes every 2 to 3 weeks. So for something to really make a difference, if you stick with it long enough, consistently, you should notice a difference within 3 weeks.
Okay, so 3 weeks, give yourself 3 weeks to 1 month when you want to jump on a bandwagon, because there's so many bandwagons to jump on right now, right? There's NMN, there's ashwagandha, which I've heard a lot about, and there's collagen as well. Some people take up to 10,000 a day. Do you really need it? You need to, because you want to look. Hey, if it works, right? If it works for you, good for you. But give
I
yourself.
don't take collagen.
No, she just works out and eats
I
very
work out
clean.
and breathe properly.
Meditation is very important. We were talking about it.
That's good for gut health as well.
Yeah, off
Gosh, so
cam.
many.
Yeah, because you need your nutrient, you need your food. But if you cannot eat clean, you can do yoga and you need meditate and you see difference. See,
Yeah.
there's no
So
collagen.
yeah, and
in
yoga
that.
isn't an exercise. This is the thing I think people need to know as well, because a lot of people say, I can't do yoga. I want to join your classes, but I can't do yoga. But it's like, no, you can, because you can breathe. And yoga is just really a way to live off the mat. So you go to a class for 1 hour, but it's how you carry yourself throughout the day. It's being aware of the thoughts and how you transition from one person to another, what you're saying to yourself.
Yes, because a lot of people, when they do yoga, they do it for the beauty or the coolness of it all. We were talking about it just now, and not the affirmations and the, you know, the intention going into it. That's very deep, actually. You have to do yoga with intention for the rest of the day.
And it's just doing something with so much focus. And if your yoga is like painting or knitting or doing something with so much focus, then that's it. But with yoga, asana practice, there's so many challenging postures. And in life, we face challenges. How do you deal with that challenge in yoga, and how do you apply that to real life?
Ooh, we're transcending now from yoga, applying yoga to real life. No, that's actually very deep, and it ties into what we're trying to do here, because part of loving yourself or learning to love yourself is to get through the difficult times. And if you can do that through yoga.
I think that's how I transitioned from doing the physical side of yoga before my operation to after, when I learned the real practice of yoga. I was more aware of my thoughts during a yoga practice session in a class and how I would compare myself to other people. I was noticing that more and being aware of that, and not to take that into my life.
Yes. And you need to learn to her about her story, about the surgery in the previous episode, okay? And of course, if you follow Rita on Instagram, you know everything about the surgery and also what led to the production of this. We have with us. Tell us about this.
So I'll tell you a little bit about Healthy Gut, Happy You nutrition. I know it's hard to get your nutrition, to eat your fruits and vegetables each day. I started to supplement, especially during lockdown. So for Malaysia, because it wasn't available in Malaysia, I decided to make my own.
Oh.
So I went to a factory in 2021, a factory in Kulim, and spoke to them about this idea. And then they helped me create a product, working with the chemist there. So we have this drink called My Daily Greens.
So My Daily Greens, if I take one of these a day, I don't have to eat vegetables the entire day?
You could take two.
Okay, so you need two of them.
We could take one in the morning if you're not a vegetable or fruit person in the morning.
Okay. And
you could take one at lunch if you're not taking your vegetables.
Right.
And again at dinner. But I've not recommended to take it with your evening meal because it has maca in there, maca extract. Maca is a Peruvian ginseng. Sort of it helps boost energy levels.
That means I cannot sleep.
Yeah, so you might not be able to sleep. But I've had a friend who was able to sleep and slept so well that he woke up in the morning without feeling that tiredness that you usually feel.
Oh,
so again, it affects people differently.
Okay.
Yeah, so in here, obviously, we have prebiotics. And we have spinach and other extracts like pomegranate, pineapple, just to help with the flavor a little bit. Because otherwise, if something is horrible, we don't want to drink it.
Yes, you're drinking vegetables.
Yeah.
Okay, so you yourself take it daily.
Yes.
And you've been doing this since when?
Oh, since it came out in October.
October
2023.
Okay, so that's almost one whole year. Look at her face, look at her face, look at her face. Living proof that this works. Having said that, there are a lot of products like this in the market. So I need your expert opinion now on like how a layman can tell one from another, because every day on Instagram, like I'm pretty sure now that we're talking, my phone is going to know that now and blast me with a whole bunch of products. How do you tell something that might be credible from something not?
Yeah.
What do you
I mean,
look
if
out
you're
for?
online, you might not be able to look at the ingredients list, but if you can look at the ingredients list and then look at who's making it.
Okay.
Look at the person making it.
Okay, so basically look at the person behind it. Is that person qualified to sell you this thing? Because you obviously have done your studies when it comes to nutrition and all that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to supplements,
Yeah, look at the company
yeah,
behind
look at
it.
the company behind it and the R&D. Obviously, did they do their R&D?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is very important because there are so many supplements out there that are saying, "Oh, I'm gonna improve your life tenfold and
Because
your gut health."
because some, you might say, I have said the word fiber, but there are other fiber products out there. But sometimes those fiber products are to help you slim. You know, there's all this like weight loss. Yes, it helps you, it makes you go to the toilet. But we want to retain our fruits and vegetables, or we want to retain our food so that we can absorb the nutrients. So don't be taking a supplement that kind of makes you urgently need the bathroom.
Right.
If it's making you do that for 3 days already, then something's not right. It's not agreeing with you.
Okay. So again, if you want to try supplements, try them for 3 weeks to see if it works for you.
Yeah.
And then after that, you know to move on to stick with the product.
But if it's like giving you diarrhea for 3 days, 3 to 4 days, it's not right. It's obviously making you have less energy, then that's not what you want.
Unless if you want to weight loss.
Weight loss, there's a different way.
Yeah,
I
no,
would
that's a
suggest
weight
a
loss
different way.
supplement. That's
But in
different.
fact, actually, there has been studies, or even in my experience with clients who eat more vegetables in their diet, who include more vegetables in their diet, actually have weight loss. The result is a weight loss after about 2 to 3 weeks. So weight loss is not like 3 days. We take about a year or so to put on the weight. We don't want to lose it too quickly.
Good point. Okay, so don't go shortcut.
Yeah.
Don't go shortcut. Go the
Because
the
then,
way your body will thank you.
yeah, because then you'll
basically.
get things like saggy skin, because the skin doesn't have time to sort of kind of compress, I suppose, the elasticity.
Yes, there are a lot of people who lose weight like too fast, and you see the saggy skin,
stretch
and then
marks.
you have another problem. And then you have to go surgical. Some people go surgical, you know, whatever's up to you. And so I'm looking at something very yummy in front of me right now to prove to you that, you know, in order to eat clean and also be full, you know, you don't have to starve yourself to eat well. Well, tell me what she
So it's
brought this and she made it.
Yeah, it's very nutrient dense. So we want to go for nutrient dense, you
Right.
know. So this is, in England, we call it flapjacks. And I used to make this for my office mates 10 years ago when I had an office job in Malaysia. And the guys in the gym loved it because they said, hey, this is pre-workout. But back then, I didn't know what pre-workout.
Protein bar.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was back then. And then here I am, you know, as a personal trainer. I know everything about it. So it's just basically about food, quick food. So in this particular flapjacks, I've put oats, the main ingredient. I've included dates because people in Malaysia, we love dates, and it has its nutritional benefits. It has fiber. There's butter in there, and I've used really nice, yummy grass-fed butter. Some honey, bit of sugar to help it bind together. I've used it without, and it's not bind quite well. So it's just a little bit of sugar. So per bar, there'll be about 3 grams. There's some seeds only, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and raisins.
Wow. So you've got your omegas, you've got your protein, you've got your fibers all in there. And this is not available in store, by the way, yet. Are you thinking of releasing it?
I am. I just need to find someone that could mass produce it.
Well, hint, right? Okay, so, if it was to be mass produced.
I'm making it at home at the moment, so selling it to friends of friends.
Well, you never know. Word of mouth. Hey,
Yay.
Look out for this one. Is this something, because I get energy dips, right?
Yeah.
You know, when I get that sugar crash, we all do. Is this something you would recommend to
I would definitely recommend it because in a way,
carry around in a bag?
Yes. Something like this because it's balanced, it doesn't give you that sugar crash, you know. Let's say a donut, sugar high, energy, and then we get that dip and we want something else. But if we have a snack that's carbohydrate, protein, and fiber, it keeps that energy level kind of on a, you know, sustained energy level.
So this one versus what we have, you know, at the checkout counters, every checkout counter at every grocery, they have theirs. So this versus the mass-produced, like mostly imported protein bars, they call them. what's the difference? Because I heard a lot of those are like
Protein, a lot of those protein bars will
energy
have
bars.
energy bars or protein bars. Those may have things like supplement, like whey protein or soy protein to increase the protein content. But this is just a natural protein from soya. From oats. Energy, they may have put green tea extract in there, which gives you energy. It's caffeine, right?
But are they good?
So I've not tried all of them. I've tried a few. Again, a lot of them are from our neighboring countries.
Yes. No, but a lot of them have a lot of hidden sugars. I've
Yes,
heard.
they could have hidden sugars, I mean, sugar on its own can be bad because it spikes the blood sugar, right? Blood
Right.
glucose. But it's not too much of it. So
Okay,
hidden sugars, it should say like sugar on it, but let's just look at how much sugar, because we've got like a quota of how much we should be eating.
Yes.
You know, our calories, how many calories we need in a day, and of that, how many amounts of sugar, normally between 70 to 90 grams per day, per person, depending on your energy levels, depending on how much energy you're using.
Right.
You know, if you're exercising a lot, then maybe you need a bit more sugar.
So a good mark would be 60 to 90 grams.
Yeah.
But
But
that's like
that's
how
a
many?
day. So per bar,
That's a lot.
Yeah.
60 to 90 is actually a lot.
yeah,
So per bar,
per bar, maybe about 10. 10 is
Okay.
good.
so look at the ingredient list and make sure it's no more than 10
Per
grams.
bar, don't
per
look at the
bar.
100 grams per 100 grams, because
Yes.
usually a bar is about 40 to 60 grams.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
40 to 60 grams. So my math just went out the window.
Yeah, mine too.
Just look at the sugar content, basically. You should not have more than that a day. All right. So that takes care of that. So they're not necessarily bad. The ones that
No.
you see at the checkout, the energy and protein bars.
Yeah, I mean, that's we're looking at the nutritional label. Then look at the ingredients label. If there's some ingredients in there that you're like, you know, Rice Krispies in there, you might not want Rice Krispies, you know.
Or like the
because
chocolate loaded ones.
Yeah, you might not want that. If there's dark chocolate in there, great. But if there's things like oats and you see some good ingredients, then take those ones. Like, you know, your nuts and seeds, almonds. One particular brand has really chunky nuts in there.
Okay, so that covers that. What else did we do? Whey protein. Oh, we've done all that. So if I was to wrap up today's episode, I would say everybody's different. You need
Yes.
to do your blood work to figure out what you need. And vitamin D keeps coming up. So, you know, if you're a bit low, maybe ask your doctor if you need to supplement vitamin D. ADEK, you can get in food. And
ADE and K, fat soluble vitamins.
yeah, fat soluble vitamins, and DHA3. You need protein, you need oatmeal, you need your fish at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Dark leafy vegetables. So basically, it's basically what we eat is what we are, right?
Yeah,
so,
trying to get variety. Like for me, I feel better if I go a month without meat or chicken. I just feel a lot better. I eat my eggs, I have my yogurt, I have my fish occasionally. I feel great. But then there's occasions, you know, when you go to someone's house and they've cooked chicken, you can't say no sometimes.
my God, she's way better than me. How can I not have chicken or pork? I'm Chinese. So yeah, that one eventually maybe I'll figure out. But if you cannot eat clean as you know what nutrition is, or you know people who like to live this kind of life encourage, at least balance it out, right? So on that note, is there anything I left out before we wrap up this episode of Loving Yourself when it comes to nutrition and eating for Malaysians specifically?
Well, I think like nutrition is really kind of the key way to love yourself. I think some mornings when I'm feeling low, I'll cook myself a nutritious meal and be like, wow, I deserve that. You deserve a nutritious meal rather than you deserve a donut. I mean, without looking into it emotionally, you sort of need to look into like feeding yourself good food.
Basically what I tell my daughter every day: you eat your balanced meal, you can have your snack.
Yeah.
And on that note, I'm going to try this bar that I've been staring at this whole time and tell you what it tastes like. Am I allowed now?
Yeah,
I'm allowed.
of
Okay, I'm
course.
allowed, okay?
Yeah, you don't need your lipstick anymore.
And now I'm going to have a mouthful of food. That's actually really good.
Yay!
Mhm. When I get my sugar low, this is what I reach
Yeah.
for. And I hope you get to mass produce this. This is really good because I am guilty. I take those energy bars, or if I cannot, I get the chocolate bar, and then after that, I feel really, really guilty.
Yeah, no, I've been there. So before coming to Malaysia last year in summer, in June, my friend's mother baked like a Victoria sponge cake, scones. And then with scones, you put more jam on it, you put more cream on it. I ate it. I was like, oh, thank you. Got in the car.
Right?
Like that.
Right? And I still have my mouth full. So on that note, I hope you mass produce this soon because I would buy it. And don't forget to check out
My daily cream.
Happy Gut Happy You on Instagram, of course, Rita Mangan. I have a feeling we're going to see you a lot more.
I hope so too, and I hope I could share all my knowledge with everyone out there. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for loving yourself with Serena Z.